Hello and welcome to this video. We'll be discussing about Figma. So I'm not a UX designer, but UX designing is mandatory for front-end developers who are more than like 4 or 5 years experience. The reason being, gone are the days like people are dependent on very separate team for UX, separate person working on UX, separate person working on UI designing. That gap is now decreasing, and it is mandatory for every front-end developer to learn a little bit of designing, because it will help you in kind of, if you know how to do prototypes, if you know how to do design systems, sketching, it will help you in architecting your front end, better visualizing, knowing the workflow, the user flow. And then there is a lot of things like you use Excalidraw.io or maybe Glyphy for you creating kind of prototypes of your whatever you are thinking, right? So when you are talking with your product managers, then you can quickly create a prototype or maybe a wireframe quickly, and then show it, okay, how it will, I mean, how you are visualizing the particular business use case to be visible in the form of a page or an image, right? So and many companies are right now asking for both UX designer, I mean, a person who can do both designing as well as developing the code. Okay. For example, like good in Figma or XD or Adobe or some or Prime Fish, other tools are there other than Figma. There are a lot of different tools are there. They're asking that skills, as well as you have to be good in React or Angular or Vue, as well as you'll be working in Next.js or Next.js or Node.js like this. Okay, so that's the reason I thought of having the few classes on, I mean, few videos on Figma, so that as a front-end developer, how can you improve your designing skills, because understanding design system for a front-end developer is extremely important to create a proper style guide for your enterprise apps. And then if you have good design skills, you can create your own component library from scratch very easily. You can visualize things beforehand, and it will help you. So right now you create components in React, in Figma, sorry, in Figma you create the components, and then you can tell like how the React so the components can be built. I mean, obviously in Figma you will be using the Figma tool to create, so it will create in dev mode, it will create some code in HTML, CSS, JavaScript purely, or maybe if you would select React, then it will give you some code on React, some ideas basically, so that components, if you develop in React, how it will be visible. Okay, so that's the use case for using Figma. Okay, yeah, so three things. One is design system understanding is important. Second is component library creation is important. Third is if you want to become a UI architect or a senior UI lead, or a kind of a both individual contributors as a lead as well as a front-end manager. Okay, you need to know design, you need to have design skills, so that you can talk interaction with your product manager, with your business team, as well as with your scrum team. It will be easier, right? For senior persons as well as business developer, it is very extremely important. Okay, I've spoken a lot, so let's I'll share my screen first, and then we'll go create. So basically I'm also not a complete UX designer, but I thought this is important, because that is what people are asking right now. Okay, so what I will do is like I'll just write here Figma, and then we'll see um, how to use it. Okay, so basically I have logged in into Figma. So since I have already a member, or maybe I have logged in into my Figma using my account. So when you go to Figma, you can log in through your account. You can use your Google account, or I think Gmail account, or your GitHub also. I think it is there integration. I'm not sure, but you can do it. After doing, you will have your own dedicated pages. This is a free account. You can move, you can go to their plans, paid plans also, to see more. Okay, so that you can do now. So after going, so I'll just give you an overview of how Figma works. Okay, so this is my landing page. Basically, you'll see you can create your own team. Okay, I'm having a free account. If you click, you can go to the paid format also. There is very less charge. Don't go to paid if you are just learning. your company will give you a license. They will pay for it, and then you can have more features. The difference between free plan and paid plan is there are a lot of different properties that you can see. I'll go through all the properties that I will show you. Those things will be there, and more features will be there. Okay, free plan is for just using, knowing it, and then yeah, you can learn a lot from free plan itself. Okay. Okay, now there is a recent is that there is a community also where you can, whatever you want to say. There is a very good free library as well as paid library. You can go and see. There's a lot of things you can do in Figma, like designing, and then there is plugins. So many things are there. Okay, presentations, whiteboarding. So these are all different features of Figma. Okay. Now, if you want to, kind of search, you want to search something, you can search it. Okay, basically you have to search it here. The libraries that you can say. I'll show you how to. Maybe I'll just because it's an introductory video. Design system. If I just write here design system, you see a lot of design systems there. In that you can go with. So I was checking. I think this one. So that the reason it came quickly. If I click on the design system, if you will see that. Open and take my. If I do, you will see both free as well as paid. Okay, I think this is the free design system. You can see both free as well as paid design systems, and you can see how these people have developed the components. It will be, so if you are creating your own design system, if you are creating your own components, looking at a design system which someone has already built is very, very beneficial. Okay, if I go to file here, you see all the components that they have built. Okay, now any design system will have so many things like typography is there. You can see a lot of typography with font family, and then font sizes is there. You can with different fonts. I think they are using different. I think this frame is for let me check. I think this frame is for iPhone, or if you go to prototype, you will see. Yeah, this is for no device. I think for everything, but it looks like for iPhone. Okay, I'll go with all these properties, how to choose and everything. But yeah, now if I just choose the iPhone 16, if you see, it will change. Okay, so basically, if I want to create my own frame and then do it, so I can do it like this. Okay, so I think they have chosen for no device. Okay, anyway, so this is for typography. Typography has all the text content, fonts and text is basically typography. Okay, then there is grids. Let's go to the grids. 12 column grid, 11 column, 10 column, 9 column. These are the different grid system they are having for three different modes. One is for desktop view, for tablet view, and mobile view. See, very nicely they have created this design system, right? Now for colors, these are the primary color, secondary color, and tertiary color. Basic color, I think these are theme colors. Okay. Now this is the version of gray. This is the layering is done nicely. And then there is, I think, the warning red, and there is yellow. There is, I think these are the primary, secondary colors are here. Okay, nice. Then there is icons. There are very good icons that they have developed. So these icons you can also develop through shapes. So I'll go to and show you the shapes. There's a different shape. Using these shapes, you can build these icons. Okay, no big deal. So these are the different icons they have built. Okay, I think this is the sprite images. Yeah, these are sprite images. Buttons. Okay, so these are the different buttons. I mean, this class is not for this video is not for showing all the design system, but this is the example of a design system if you are building from scratch. Okay, very less, but it's very good that they built this. Okay, then there are some layers are there. I'll tell you what is a layer, what is a group, what is a frame. Okay, so these are the different. Basically, layers are nothing but how you can develop this. So this is a particular frame. Okay, so if I click over here, so this is nothing but a section or a frame. Okay, inside a frame you will have a lot of different thing, like there is a menu, there is a header, and all those things. So this combination forms a group or a section or a frame like that. Okay, that's the concept. I will just tell you. Okay, so this is what. So instead of design system, I'll close this. Instead of design system, if I want to write something else, like maybe I just want to see color design is there. Then there is I wrote design system. Okay, if I just remove design system, and I can maybe I just what I need a website I need. Okay, so if I go to website, I will see very good wireframing kits, and these are the top, yeah, awards website. These are very good websites for designers to refer to. Okay, awards websites. Okay, sports news websites. So for different kind of for different like there are websites for entertainment, for health, for insurance, for so many things. You can good landing pages are there, dashboards are there, right? So if you are a designer, you should know all these things. But since you want to be a UI architect or a front-end manager or a UI lead, you have to know all these things as well. Because now situation has changed. It's not like only front-end designer, front-end developer, or a back-end developer. You have to know everything about everything. At least you should know a lot of things, right? So these are website, and then if you want to go with maybe I'll just type here icons. So let's see some icons. Okay, this is an introductory video. That's the reason I'm showing you all those things. See icons. Now, if you want to see some icons, you can go to any of these. So some are free, some are paid. See all for paid plus free. You can type here paid or type here free. So if I go to free, you will see some icons as those are free icons they're developed. Okay, and yeah, and you can iconography is a very good. It's funded by Microsoft, I think. So yeah, Microsoft. So if you go to these icons, you'll see all the icons that I think websites in Microsoft they are using. So you can kind of check it out. They're all free. You can use it. Okay, just download and use it. So let it open. Then we'll go with Figma how to create some frames and everything. I'll show you. Yeah. So okay, it is taking time to load. Let it load. Okay, so this is iconography, right? It opened. Okay, if I go to file, you will see the difference. So this is the cover, intro and change log. Okay, so these are the all list of all the icons. I think this their system icons are there. Like they are using these are so. I think for the first time when you use, it is downloading it. I think that's the reason it is taking so much time. Okay, so if I just write see if I zoom, then you will see all these different kind of things are over here. Okay, it will take time to download because there are a lot of layers through which they have built this, right? Um, System icons color. Okay, so if I just see these so many icons are there, and there are different versions of icons. One for maybe very small icons. So X S a very small item, viewport for desktop, for large screens, for tablet, for mobile, and for smaller screen, for phones. Phones also they are having these icons, right? So yeah, so they have built these icons for that those purpose. Library, image. They are, I think, product related icons for Microsoft, right? Yeah. Yeah, that is what. So it's a very rich library. You see this for free also. They are having a lot of things, right? So maybe I'll just show you something mock-ups. So if I go to see, if I check mock-ups, you will see a lot of mock-ups are there. Like people use mocks a lot, right? iPhone mocks, or how this particular. You can use simulators for for creating, but if you are kind of for so all these mockups are there. I have a link in UI mockup for both designers as well as designers for as well as for creating product. Also, you can use it. Like alternate for Figma is Canva. That is very easy to use. So any layman can use it, but if you're a designer, you should have something professional, right? So you can use this mockups like tablet mockup, laptop mockups, and all the things are there. You can place your book, mostly books, mockups you can create through this, right? A lot of mockups are there for products to show products in different versions for see book covers. Then there is phone view, there is tablet view, there is laptop view, there is Polaroid view, and I mean photo view, and all those things like that. Like, let's not go deeply into that. Let's go to my draft. So you can open in browser as well as you can pin it here and then you can use it. Okay. So many things are there. My daughter is crying. Okay. So now in the draft, I'm having a lot of stuff that I have done. So I will open this and then I can show you. I think I've opened in browser. I don't think we need the browser anymore. We can open the Figma. So basically you can pin the Figma here. So it will be attached as a tool to your desktop toolbar and then you can use it. Okay. If I just expand it over here, so what I can do is see, let's go from right to left. Okay. What I can do. So whenever you are opening a file, just you can double click and open a file. It will be open in the untitled version. You can kind of export after doing it, rename it, duplicate it, move to trash. Anything you want to do, you can do it. Okay. All the things you can do. And in the left side, in the files, you can have see page number one, page number two. You can add multiple. So this is one page only. I have done all these things. In multiple pages you can have. So generally people have multiple pages when you are showing different user flows, right? Okay. Now let's So one of them is frames. Okay, let's just start with the okay, let me give an overview and then I can speak about all these things. Okay, so layers, the layers can be frames, can be sections, can be groups. Okay, group of elements, if you want to do that, is that becomes a group. So in group you can color it, so like this is a group. So if I hover over it, see, this is a basically a section, and these things are groups. Okay, okay, so let me create a group and then I'll show you again. So let me create a rectangle. So I'll just create one and then I just two. Okay, now two rectangles are created. I will select both of them, and then what I will do is that I will make this two a group. So two selected is there, right? So these two I want to make it as a union, and I'll make it, if I make it union, they will join together. If I subtract, then they will give. So these are different stuffs. I can subtract it, I can intersect it, I can exclude it, I can flatten it. Okay, okay, now if I just do a right click, so this is group selection is there, right? So you can make it as a group. If I make a group, these guys will move together and they can be colored together. So when I click one of them and I color one, other will also be get colored. You see, I'll click here the color bar, and if I just do the color, okay, ideally it should happen for both. I can select both and then I can do it. Okay. I can change the color also. It will be very good, useful for creating like for theme related website. It will be very good if you created groups. Okay, so this is an example of a group. Now this group, if you see here, this name of the group I can change it to maybe, I don't know, maybe rectangle group. Okay, like that I change. Now I can have a frame created and then put this group inside this. Okay, I just need to select it here, and maybe I'll create a frame and then I put. Okay, let's move both of them here. Let me create a frame. So while clicking, I can create a frame over here. Okay, and I can expand this frame, and then I can bring this group over here. Now what happened? You see, I brought this particular group inside this frame, and I can rename this frame as rectangle frame. It's very easy. I mean, there is nothing to, I'm also doing for the maybe first or second time I'm doing, so it's very easy. Initially, when learning, it will take a little time, but then you can easily master it. So there is nothing, no big deal. You can write code. This is nothing for us, right? So now the frame, in frame, we can have this particular group. So generally, frames are used to create websites, or used to create parts of a website or a web page. So basically, you can tell that, okay, so if I just double click, I will select it, or like if I click over here, it is get selected. Okay, and I can expand it. So suppose think that this is a kind of a model you are creating, and you are having this particular section over here somewhere in the middle, and then you can create your all headers and footers and all those things on sidebar and everything you can create it. Okay, so that is how we create a part of a website inside a kind of a frame. Okay. Uh, Now, if we go to this frame, if I click on the frame, if you see in the right side, this is a frame. I can change it to a group. I can change it to a section. Okay, anything I can do. Then there is a code version. I think if I go to dev status, rectangle frame is ready for dev. Yeah. So if I go to dev, so I think it is not visible properly. Why? Because this is a free version, I think. Okay. Okay. Yeah. So now it is, see in the dev version, if you see, what happened is that it is showing you, the styles, okay, everything you can do it, right? So it is there in the dev mode right now. Okay, there are two modes basically, dev mode and design mode. So anything you can do it from here. If I click over here again, then it is going to the design mode again. Okay, so this is create a component. So basically there are a lot of things so that you can do it. You can create a React component from here, so you can consider this as a component created. Okay, and then you can export it, and you will see some code also. So most of the things will be visible when we are in a paid license, right? But let me go to the properties available. So position, this is a alignment, whether you want to align left or align the horizontal. So I just select both of these, not this. So if I just select this group and I want to align in the center. So right now in the center, it is on the left and in the right and in the center, right? This is the horizontal vertical alignment. I think the horizontal alignment is a vertical alignment, and there is position, then there is layout. In the layout, I think this is a flow layout. Flow layout means when if we are increasing the um, basically if we are kind of increasing the height, it is not changing anything. So if we have this one like so if you hover over it, this is a vertical layout. Vertical layout means you see when I expand it, if I'm there in the auto layout, then on expansion and contraction it will be. So now it is not there in the auto layout. Auto layout is for generally getting responsive. Next, okay. This is the horizontal and this is the grid data, right? So it will create in the form of a grid and it will be I mean, it is kind of creating it and putting it everything to grid. Now, if we just let's toggle to auto layout. So if this is not auto layout, right? Toggle auto layout. Now, if there is an auto layout, you see, when I'm expanding, ideally, if I'm having a text, so let's add a text here. So for text, you have to do like this. Okay, so suppose I'll just create so I'll just write here section or rectangle group. I'll just write here rectangle group. Okay, so this is a rectangle group I'll create and I will bring this guy to the center, right? Now, if I see now it is in auto layout, right? If I expand it, it's not happening. But generally what will happen is that auto layout means it will adjust automatically. Okay, I think something I changed. I think I moved to this flow. I mean, you can explore it and then you can know everything. Okay, so no need of problem. Okay, now filling. So if I just focus on this text part, okay. So for the text, there are a lot of things like we can change the font typography. In the typography section, you can change the font to any font you want, right? Uh, so font you can change. Then this is the font weight, and then this is the font size. This is the line height. If I'm having multiple lines, the line height, letter spacing. So okay, let me write here. This is a triangle group again. A triangle group. Okay. Now if I choose the line height auto I've written, right? So line height, if I just write 1.5, there will be a line height of 1.5. Letter spacing between the letters, how much space you want. So based on that, it will increase or decrease. I think it is hidden, I think. Okay. So all these things you can do it. So alignment is also there. This is justified. This is right aligned. Okay. And there is space between these particular thing, and then there is stroke also is there. So stroke is for increasing thickness, but I think it is mostly used for creating different shapes. When we use the shapes, we can use the strokes. I'll show you while creating the shapes. Position is outside, inside, center. Okay, those things you can do it center and then inside. So basically, if I having this, so now you see in this frame, I'm having two things. One is this text is there, another thing is this group is there. So if I move this text below the group so that I can, that also I can do it. I think I move the text inside the particular group, right? Now, if in the, so this you see the text is inside this particular group. Now I can, if I just select the group altogether, wait 1 second. Okay, if I select the group here and then it maybe I color the entire group in this color, then you see the color of the text also changed. Okay, now these three are in one group. Okay, so selection colors are the selection colors, and then what is that? Layout guide, right? Okay, now I have to show you some shapes, right? So how to create some shapes. So I showed you rectangle, I can show you a line. This is the line. And so the reason I'm showing you these strokes. See, the weight is there. If I increase the weight, it becomes thicker and thicker, right? 12 and 13, right? And similarly for arrows also is there, right? So this is an arrow, and you can increase, and you can kind of turn it at whatever angle it is there, and then you can sort it or make it long, right? Then there is polygon, so ellipse is there. So let me create one ellipse, and I can create it smaller or bigger, and I can create it as half of it, or so this will be useful for creating pie charts and all those things, right? Or maybe different icons. So suppose I think Pizza Hut icon can be created in this manner. Like think that this is part of pizza, and then you can do it, right? So if you want to create some icon, you can use the a particular size, and then you can do it. So for polygon, so polygon can have multiple sizes, right? Different kind of polygons are there. Now, if I want to change it to radius, if I want to change, or maybe something else I can change, then I can do it, right? This is polygons. Star, if I have, so this is the star. Star has very good use case, like, okay, let's change the radius of the star a little bit. So it will become an amoeba. Now, if I just want to expand it, I can expand into a different kind of polygon. So from star, we formed a pentagon, right? So those things you can do it. We'll go with image and video. So yeah, so this is the basic first video, right? So we'll get a lot of good videos. Next video, I think I moved into the grid layout, so that's the reason it is so in grid form. Okay, so these are the basics of, you see this particular video again and again so that you will understand Figma. In the next few videos, you'll get some mastery, you'll get some user flow, some design system will create, and some website will create. And we don't want to become master in that, but at least we should have some hands-on so that it will be beneficial when you are, a team discussion, sprint plannings, and then the sprint refinements, or discussion with product team or business team, or your Scrum team. It will be great beneficial for you. Okay, so I'll stop sharing, and yeah, one more thing, my book is coming out. So right, I'm a writer as well. I'm writing this biryani for the IT employee spirit is my new book that is coming. It is for the IT employees, starting from your journey, struggling, living in the PG, how you go to give to an interview, and then how you plan the interview, how you face all the problem that when you started your career in PGs, then work related problems that you face, some romantic relationships you had, the entire life journey of an IT employee from a kind of starting at age of 21 till the age of 45, 50. So everything I've covered in this book, around 165 short stories are there. I think everyone can relate to it. So it is there in publishing right now. It is not available in market, but I'm just telling you because once it comes to market, it will be great. Like it will be very funny because I've written in a very humorous tone. Every story is a humorous tone, and there is motivational. So each section of stories belongs to a particular emotion. Like there is something anger, sad, but mostly it is hilarious, right? Humor. Okay, so that's about this video. In the next video, we'll do something more in Figma design. So hope you stay healthy and fit. Thank you very much.